thanks for tuning in to this edition of Indie Star Network TV. I'm here with Cleveland's own playwright, Philly Weeden.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Such a pleasure to finally meet you face to face. I came to your play, Soulmate, and I was blown away. The cast, the storyline, the overall production was top notch, stellar. So how do you feel like after you, because I know it's such a process, like after you write it and you, even the casting, process, like how do you go about building your cast?
Well, what I usually do is as I'm writing, I have an idea of the like of what I want.
Okay.
So, and after that, I just pretty much just try and stick to that type of the first mindset that I had when I wrote that character.
Okay.
I mean, after that, it's just game time for me.
All right.
Trying to find that person,
So and I see you kind of like run with kind of like the same some of the same cast members. Is it like a requirement to like know how to blow, like to be a part of your cast?
Well,
you have some talented singers.
Thank you. It's funny because I've never been the one to like singing.
Okay.
I've never liked it, but I knew that as I was going to a larger platform that I needed to give the audience what they're used to hearing.
Right.
So I started now I just love singing. So,
yeah.
So singing definitely is a requirement.
Do you sing?
Can I or do I?
So rephrase the question, right?
I do sing, but I can't sing.
Okay. Well, you stay definitely inspired. Like, how have you evolved like over the years from just writing your first script to like writing books and all of that? Like,
well, it's definitely been a process. I see the maturation in my writing, and I love it because it's allowing me to grow.
Right.
And as I grow, I know that as my work begins to go to a broader audience, that people will be able to respect that work.
Right.
So it's the same. I just love it. Writing to me is more of a therapeutic thing.
Okay.
And especially if I'm trying to get a message out there.
Okay. Yeah. So how has this led to you like being like a keynote speaker and everything?
Well, I think it's because I can relate to what's going on, and it's definitely has opened up a lot of doors for that. I'm able to speak to younger audiences,
right.
people who needs to see an example of what it's like, to get knocked down,
right.
and to get back up and to continue to keep going and be successful in what you're doing in life.
So do you feel like that your productions, do they reach the younger? Because like we're in the whole Snap era, and if in a snap you don't get their attention, it's like they're on to the next thing.
That's true.
And I know when I was like younger, I'm not gonna tell my age, but when I was younger, I did enjoy like Tyler Perry plays and different things like that. But I know times have like changed for that generation,
yes.
In that era. So how do you strategically try to go after that market, or do you feel like they gravitate through the stories and the characters?
No, I don't. I really stay true to my upbringing.
Okay.
Because it's my crowd. I mean, although I want to appeal to the younger audience, I do respect the older audience because those are the ones who are continuing to pave the way.
Right.
So I stay true to my upbringing, which is the 90s, because it's that 90s crowd, that 90s voice that's missing.
Right, I agree.
Right now, like you said, everything is so instant, so they're looking at the newer of what's going on, and forgetting about the older of what happened. So I'm definitely staying true to the 90s.
Okay. Glad to hear that. Because I'm you know, from that era, and I see like a lot of people like trying to keep up, and it's basically like a trend, and it's, if you're not authentic in what you're doing, you'll never be able to keep up, you know, in a timely manner. You know,
that's true. In a timely manner. That's true. You'll be late.
So yeah. So tell me a little bit about your play, I Can't Make You Love Me.
Okay, I Can't Make You Love Me is a play about the ins and outs of a promising relationship, a promising marriage. Okay. You know, so often, again, man, we find ourselves in a situation to where we want to be everything to this person that we're with. And once we do that, so along the way, you know, you have arguments, you have disagreements, and you know, you have those things that sometimes can tear away or break away at the relationship.
I agree.
So it's like when you get to this point to where you're tired of going through this, what do you do? You know, so that's the premise of the stage play, I Can't Make You Love Me. It's definitely mind-blowing. It's provoking. It would make you sit there and say, wow, that's me, or that's him, you know. And you know, at the end of it is, you know, again, the title is enough, you know. We all want to be loved. We all want to be able to have that feeling we felt when we first met. You know, so again, once you having these issues and these disappointments, disagreements, all these things that's tearing away at your relationship, do we still have the foundation that we started with? And you know, and you find out at the end that it can be a lot more to what it is.
So when do you decide, like as a playwright, like to write yourself in, or you know, just focus on the overall project?
Me being in this one, it wasn't my idea. You know,
Great reviews.
Yeah, it wasn't my idea. I really genuinely enjoy being behind the scenes. You know, at first I did. You know, I started on the stage. You know, but now, as I'm seeing everything develop, and I'm loving that process of it. You know? So now being on stage now, you know, it's not. I mean, I'm doing it. Right. But, you know, it's because of them. You know, they want to see me, so I'm doing it. Okay.
And I have to give it up to you, because it's like, I feel like you are so great at like how you market. You know, market yourself, market your projects, and I can't tell you enough just how many people that I know have some great projects. They might have, you know, have gone all the way, but it's like, I think people miss the concept of like the process of promoting the project after it's done. It's like that falls to the wayside. You know, it's like it's done. It's like, okay, you know.
I love that process of it, because again, it's like raising a baby to me. You know, after you write it, it's like, okay, now you've made this baby. So this baby has to have legs, you know, so it starts off crawling. Then it starts off walking, and then eventually when you see it running, you're just proud, you know, of that moment that you see that it's taking off because of what it is that you sat down to do. You know, so I'm old school again when it comes to promoting, you know, which is going in the streets. You know, now so, you know, more so people want to do, you know, there's nothing wrong with the media outlets. Nothing wrong with that. But again, everybody doesn't listen to the radio. Everybody doesn't watch TV, you know. So it's like, what do you do? Let's go to the people.
I definitely agree. I've seen people, like, social media is only, you know, they're not even paying for the ad, you know. So it's like only 2 of your friends out of your 5,000 are really seeing this thing. You know?
That's true.
And so people don't even understand that concept of how the whole, you know, now social media kind of, it drew us there because it was free. But now if you're trying to promote, it's like, I mean, because they get me all the time trying to promote. They're like, girl, nobody's not seeing this. Your marketing space, you know. And so a lot of people just don't grasp that concept of like how social media works in that realm. So when do you decide, when you go to different cities, like on the tour, to like add local talent to the production?
Well, what happened was, Soulmate was my first tour. You know, I was fine with being in Cleveland, you know, and then I got pushed to, you know, hey, you can definitely be bigger than this.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so Soulmate was a promo tour for me. I wanted to test the market, see what it was that was going on, see the ways how other cities operate. You know, so I came to Indianapolis, and Indianapolis blew my mind.
Yeah.
The support, that I received here was definitely stellar. So I had to come back, and I'm opening up the tour.
Okay.
In Indianapolis,
Okay.
And the local talent to me defines the city.
I agree.
And that's who the city hears. That's who the city sees. Not just the people coming into the city from other cities.
Right.
It's that who do you have that's been here or from here. And that way it feel like they're supporting their own.
Right.
Not just a production. They're supporting their own person.
So will any local talent be joining at the opening date at Marian University?
Well, listen to this. The thing is with Indianapolis is that my family is from here.
Okay.
Man, Indianapolis, Cleveland, we're all over, but Indianapolis was the home, of my father, the home of his father, and it's just like it's family breaded. So with me, I have my cousin in there, MC Brains. He's my cousin. He's from here. So we're definitely, to me, it feels like home.
Right.
It feels like home.
Okay. So do you have any other tour dates we can
dates?
Look for?
I have dates. I don't have I don't. Excuse me. I have the cities. I don't have the dates.
Okay.
Yes, I have the cities, and we're going to be Indianapolis, Cleveland, DC, Atlanta, New York, Philly, and I want to end it in Canada.
Oh wow. Okay. So bring me to Canada. I stage, a little something, but whatever I can do to get over to Canada, But yeah, so do you feel, do you get the same kind of like love and support in Cleveland? Because sometimes, and I think a lot of artists kind of have that gripe, like in their hometown, it's like, I just want to move around, or move away from here, and it's like, but really, overall, it's like I think a lot of us kind of face that same thing in the hometown because everybody knows you, and it's a little bit harder, to get people to believe in your vision or even respect the work that you've gone out here and done. Once you've been wrote about and received awards, and it's almost kind of like how Monique, like after she won, like it's like her pay is not supposed to go up. It's like.
Right.
It's not like And so, have you ever faced any of that, like in your hometown?
I honestly can say I haven't.
Okay.
And I love that.
Yeah.
Because from the beginning of doing this, I've received or I've had the support, of sellout crowds.
That's great.
And it's humbling to me because I've heard that so many times of people saying, your city don't support people, my city don't support me, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I can't talk to you about that because I don't know.
That's
I haven't. And one thing about me is that I definitely go out and support others.
Right.
I'm not all about, my hand's not always out.
Right.
I'm not always saying support me, I have this coming up, I have this coming up. No, I go to wherever you have, wherever you have, because I understand the value of support, the value of seeing somebody's face that you know.
Totally.
And, to me, I need to go out there to do that because when I sat down to do this, I used to be that person where I reach out to people and say, hey, how do you do this? Or how did you do this? How did you start? What did you do? And nothing get returned.
Right.
No one said, hey, let's do this, but I see that they're replying to the next person under me.
Right,
like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, dad, you didn't see my comment? So I vowed to be that person to go out and continue to be who I was when I started. I don't want to lose that foundation of feeling like I'm better than somebody else because I can fall just like somebody else can.
Totally.
So I want to be able to be that person to hold the pillar up and say, let's go.
Right.
Hold the door open. Let's go. We all can go through here and do the exact same thing because we all supposed to win.
Yeah.
We're supposed to win. And I want to be the person to be able to blow the trumpet and say we did it.
Yeah. That's
so
good.
I'm good with that.
So tell me where we can get tickets to the upcoming production and where we can follow you on social media.
Yes, everything that is involving anything that I do is Philly Weeden. Everything. Philly Weeden, all the social medias, and phillyweeden.com. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Alrighty, well you heard it here first. I appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you.
So where you gonna get into for IBE?
Oh man, I've been doing everything since I've gotten here on Thursday.
Okay.
You know, and again, I love the process. I love the process. I love going out promoting. I love going out talking to the people, handing them flyers, you know, and they're asking me questions. I'm talking to them about it, taking pictures, whatever, you know, whatever it takes, you know, I'm willing to do that. And so today, after this, we're going to go to the expo.
Okay.
And we'll be
I'm surprised they don't have you playing in the celebrity basketball game or something.
I'm going to
You need to bow for that next year. Like, I definitely root for you.
Thank you,
know?
thank you. I play basketball.
Yeah, you know. All right, well, I appreciate you stopping by, and I definitely, you know, love to come check out I Can't Make You Love Me. I'm sure it's going to be another stellar, sold out, rave review production, you know, from you. So, you set the bar high, like, you know, in my opinion. So, you know, it better not be no. Check them out. Be sure to log on to phillyweeden.net.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Better not be no.